Hello everyone, my name is Balyn and today I will be sharing the Bible story. Today's title is God sexist or reaffirming? Is God biased against women? Our Bible text is taken from Genesis 3 verse 16. It reads, "To the woman he said, I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful labor you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you." In the Bible, there are many cases that women are biased against things that they can or cannot do. Now the question today is God sexist or reaffirming? God is not sexist. There are many examples in the Bible which shows that God is close to women. For example, we can take a look at two brave women and what we can learn from their life. The story is about a woman named Deborah and Jael. And it goes like this. God's special family was in some trouble. You see, Israel have started to turn away from God and stopped following Him. But because God loves His family, He wanted to send them a reminder that He was in charge and that it was really important to follow Him. And so, God allowed Jabin, the king of Canaan, to take over Israel. Now, Jabin left Sisera, the commander of his armies, in control over Israel. And Sisera, well, he wasn't exactly the nicest of guys. In fact, the Bible tells us that he had over 900 iron chariots, which meant that he was very powerful, and he loved to bully the Israelites. The Israelites tried to resist, but they couldn't do it on their own. After 20 long years of trying to rescue themselves, Israel cried out to God and asked Him to rescue them. Kids, it's always a good idea to ask for God's help. Even though God was king of His family, He chose people to lead them. They were called judges. One judge was named Deborah. She was also a prophet. Deborah was a strong, powerful woman who listened to God, helped to settle arguments among the Israelites, and worked it to lead her nation back to their rescuer. Pretty cool, huh? And she had a message from God. He had heard the cries of the Israelites. So, Deborah sent for a named Barak and told him that if he took 10,000 men up to a place called Mount Tabor, she would bring Commander Sisera to him. Then, they could stop Sisera from bullying Israel. But Barak wasn't so sure. He was pretty worried that Deborah would come with him. Deborah told Barak not to worry, because God was going to deliver Commander Sisera, not to him but through the hands of a woman. Barak obeyed and gathered his men at Mount Tabor. So Barak and his men charged Sisera and his army. The soldier went forward and with God's help defeated Sisera's chariots. Every one of his soldiers were killed. So Sisera went running for his life. He ran to a tent owned by a woman named Jael and asked her to hide him. She agreed and covered him with a blanket. He was pretty tired from all that running, so inside the tent, he fell asleep. When Barak arrived at the camp, Jael led him to Sisera's body. Just like Deborah had prophesied, Sisera had been delivered to Barak through the hands of a woman. Are you wondering what we can learn from the story? Genesis 2 verse 18. God went on to say, "It is not good for the man to continue by himself. I am going to make a helper for him as a complement of him." The man here is not described by God as being a better person than the woman. Rather, God indicated that woman would possess qualities that would complement those of man within God's arrangement. A complement is one of two mutually completing parts. Thus, women as a group are outstanding in certain qualities and abilities. man in others in 1 Corinthians 11:11-12 said, "Nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman, neither the woman without the man in the Lord. For as the woman is of the man, even so is the man also by the woman, but all things of God." I hope that this lesson has taught us that God is not sexist but reaffirming. Thank you for listening.